I wasn't going to make a video regarding what has happened yesterday. As a lot of you may know, the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And, me growing up, I was so used to violence that it has become the norm. So I'm not, and like this is very new to me, but it's so sick, of what the world has become. And, the world is already shifting. And it's shifting real bad, like to the point to where, everything's at an all-time high. And this assessing this thing that happened yesterday, man, to me it was very cowardice, and I can't put in so many words that how cowardly that was, man. I'm not a politician. I'm not into politics. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was at all. I didn't. Like I said, I don't follow politics, so I wouldn't know who he is, and what his views was on being a politician or whatever the case may be. But for me, doing my research and hearing other people talk about him, I think that he was a person that was for the president, and he was a conservative, I believe, and he talked about some real world views on what he thinks is going on, and him talking about what he doesn't like. What he likes it, what he doesn't like, I think, and just giving his perspective, right? Not ever being a person to help to hurt anybody. From what I was told, he was a family man. He had 2 kids of his own. He had a wife, and he just was basically going to events. From what I'm told, speaking about these type of things that's going on in the world. And from what I heard, that he disagreed with a lot of the things that was happening, right? And just expressed himself. And due to the fact of that, the man got assassinated at an event. I guess the event wasn't even that big, but he got ready to do his presentation, and then they unalived him. The person unalived him, not they, but the person unalived him. And it was cold, man. I seen the video. It was treacherous, man. It was treacherous. It takes me back into them days of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And it lets me know that history repeats itself. It doesn't change. We talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, leaders and speakers that talked over 50 years ago about systemic issues and things that's going on in the world. And because of those things, they're no longer here with us for cowardly reasons. It's just really crazy to me, man, that people can't have a healthy discussion and disagree on worldviews without somebody wanting to do something evil. I know that evil is all around us, but it's just so crazy, man, how people take this, take things like this literal to heart, and they want to do things like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to do things like this as far as just get rid of a person. And I'm saying, what does it do to bring you any justice to get rid of somebody? because of their disagreements on their world, on the worldview about how the world is going on today. The man was young, man. One number, 31 years old. And I sat back here just, compartmentalizing, thinking about the event and, thinking about the situation. That's me doing my research. And I don't know, man. The people behind the scenes know how to get to people, man. They do. They use something like this to distract us in a major way, and not have us stay focused on what's really happening in the world. They do something like this because it's going to touch people. People are going to talk about it because we're human beings. I mean, it's in our DNA. It's designed this way to feel the way we feel. But I think, to me, again, from thinking about this, I think it was a strategic plan to do this thing, to do this to this young man, and to distract us, really to distract us from what's really happening, and to just put the focus on him, rightfully so. But again, take us away from the bigger issue. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it did distract me. Yeah, I seen it, and yeah, it touched me, of course, like it does. If you got a heart as a human being, then yeah, it's gonna touch you. But I know the bigger reasons, man. I know the truth. You know what I'm saying? I know the truth, and it's not doing anything. I mean, it's not doing any justice to anybody, man, by trying to do this and trying to fool the people, because the people today are becoming more aware than what they ever have been in life. And I think the reason why I think they're more aware is because we're in the digital era, the digital age of information. There's so much information out there, it's ridiculous. I remember a time when I was only getting my information from the newspaper. But now that's long gone, and we get information all through, our devices and things like that. So people are aware. They're very aware. And I don't think now, because they're aware, they cannot see what's really happening. It's like once you realize and what you've seen, the facade, the BS, you start to open your eyes to something real. I mean, really real. That's really happening. And I think that they use Charlie Kirk as a distraction. I think they really did. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can keep doing what they're doing. Keep rolling stuff out that we don't see and we don't know about, that we would like to know. Because I think if we knew everything that we know about what's really happening out here, then stuff would really crumble. But they'd be very strategic in what they do, to the point to where people are not going to notice offhand, because they do it in such a way. They know how to penetrate people up here, and they know how to get here. So when they do that, they got you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you don't go with the things that they want you to do, you'll end up like Charlie Kirk. And it's sad, man. It's really, really sad and ridiculous to me, that unaliving a person has become the norm in life, for multiple years. Like, it's become the norm. Like, I know that the world works when a child is born, someone dies, right? You would think that things would be like that only, naturally, right? But from the time I grew up, it's been the same exact way. It just wasn't as bad back then, but it is it's really, really, really bad today, man. It's like you have to blindly go with the herd, man. And if you speak up and speak out, they're gonna do something to you. And they want you to tuck your tail and hide your hand and be afraid, right? But I think there's more people that's not being afraid anymore. Because again, it's like, what have we been put on earth to do? outside of what's been told to us or what to do. You know, it's crazy to me, man. It's so crazy to me. You know that this has become the norm. You know, unaliving people. You know, getting high-powered rifles. You know, snipers. You know, high-powered pistols. You know, just the guns in general. And you know, hopefully I don't get flagged for this for just saying that. You know, but it's become a norm for people, man. You know, people are just very, very desensitized. They're very desensitized to the point to where they can't even identify with themselves because all the stuff has been planted in their minds, man. And they people carry out these kind of acts based on what they put in people's brains. I don't know, man. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know. Bugs me, man. Bugs me. It really, really, really bugs me. You know, if anybody out there that's seen that video, you know, they caught it before they took it down. Just go look, man, if you can. They literally assassinated this man in front of everybody. And his wife and kids was there. His wife and kids was there. And could you imagine, man, that you come to an event as a couple and with your children, and then all of a sudden, you the other spouse, you go home without your spouse, and because your kids are so small, you got to tell them about how their dad was because they don't know their dad. You know, they're small children. Could you imagine that, man? There would be no words to say because, I mean, obviously the children are young, so they won't know, but all they have now is memories of their dad. That's it. And their mom have to carefully craft, I'm going to say carefully craft, but she have to carefully talk to them and let them know about how their dad was and the things that he stood for and things like that, man. And to and to just bring happy thoughts to the kids. That's very traumatizing. Very, very traumatizing to go home knowing that he won't come home to you anymore based on his viewpoints and beliefs and him disagreeing. That's what it simply came down to. Him simply disagreeing with what people have been talking about. And for that reason alone, he's no longer here. We have become so weak as a society, man. We basically disintegrated as humans. You know, we really have desensitized ourselves, man. We have become, most of us has become part of the herd, man. And it's so comfortable that they don't see no way out. Because if you try to get out of the cycle that you're in, you're going to be unalived. Because there's always going to be somebody that's going to side with the evil side to unalive you or do things like that. And it don't have to be this way, but the indoctrination, man, has a stronghold on a lot of people. And just like a lot of other things that's been going on, back in, just happening from Sandra Bland to, George Floyd and Mike Brown, those different type of people that they put at the forefront, as distractions, to take away from our logical way of thinking, our critical thinking, should I say. You can't. It's like you got again, like I said, you have to just shut up and be quiet and just do what you're told. Like, I can't be comfortable with that, man. I don't know about y'all, but I can't be comfortable with that. To be comfortable. And then on top of that, you got people celebrating him being unalived. Charlie Kirk. Like, off of a disagreement. Like, that's all it takes, y'all. That's all. The man didn't harm nobody. Man, what do I know? I'm just a regular guy just talking on his camera. But again, man, you just y'all stay grounded, man. Y'all stay grounded. Y'all stay aware. Be careful of people. Be very, very careful of people. It's almost like you can't trust anybody no more. You can't, man, because you don't know what they have going on inside their minds and their whole agenda of what they're trying to do. There's a lot of demons out here, man. A lot of demons out here that are running rampant more than ever that I've ever seen in my life. So be careful, y'all. Be very, very, very careful. Don't, keep your eyes and ears peeled on every situation that comes your way when you go out there in public. I don't care if it's a normal day. Be aware, because people are nuts. They're nuts, and they wouldn't hesitate to get rid of you. They wouldn't. So, that's it, man. That's it. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. The people who love me, I love y'all, man. We got to stick together somehow, y'all. We got to. This division, this divide. This divide is taking a strong. It's really wiping us out. It's really taking a strong hold on us and it's wiping us out. Because they don't have to do the dirty work. We're doing it to ourselves. We're literally doing it to ourselves. And so when we're doing it to ourselves, it's going to just basically fuel what they've been doing all along for hundreds and hundreds of years. Nobody want to come together, man. Put their differences aside and come together. They don't want to do it, man. It's so crazy how that's one of the number one things that's hard to do on this planet is to come together. It's so simple. It's very, very simple, but yet it's so hard because you got people out here individualized and have their own way of living, their own agendas that they have going on in their life, and they don't care to share space with someone else or to exchange ideas or anything of that nature. They feel like, well, hey, somebody just got a lot alive today. Life goes on. That's it. Don't worry about it. Just be careful for you and your family. Rightfully so, but still, this is a systemic problem, man. That's been happening for a long, 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 long time. And I'm gonna keep saying it. Whatever. But something has to change. It has to change, man. Because we won't get no better, We won't get no better. We're the most beautiful creatures on this earth, man. And we're reckless. We're very, very reckless, man. We're worse than human nature. We're worse than human nature, meaning that, I'm going to say human nature, but we're worse than nature, animals. Because the animals will be out there killing for survival, right? Because they have to. They don't want to, but they do it because they have to. But we out here unaliving each other for stupid reasons, man. There's really dumb reasons that has no meaning to it. A simple disagreement. This man didn't even decide. He didn't do nothing to you or anybody for that nature. He just basically picked up a microphone and just started talking. Again, I love y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, cut on the notifications bell so you won't ever miss a video whenever I drop it. Cut it on all. And I'll see you guys in the next one.